Well, hello everyone. And I'm Bryn Brown, and I am here to talk about referrals today. So, referrals, why you need them and where to find them. So, we're just going to do a quick overview of why referrals are so important to your business, and then how you can start to get a flow of referrals coming into your business this week. Today, you can start taking action so that you can start to sign some new clients and fill your practice. So the reason I am so excited about referrals and the reason that I teach so often about referrals is that it's really a foundational piece of your business. So if you're a service provider, it's very simple. I won't say easy, but very simple to build a referral-based business. And I would even argue that it's important that we start there rather than just going out and trying to convert cold leads into new business. The reason is that when we have referrals, coming into us, people come in with a really high or a higher like trust factor than if you were trying to go out on the internet, find someone, cold DM them, bring them into your group and pitch them right away, get them on your list, pitch them right away. You're going to have a lower level of like trust because they're new to your circle. So it's going to take them some time to really learn your style, build that trust in you, and want to ultimately buy from you. Conversely, when you have a referral come in, they come in with a level of like trust because they were referred, because the weight, the words, the referral that comes from someone that they already know personally, they already trust personally, carries weight. And so it is a really great way to build a foundational flow of leads in your business. And so when I work with clients, that's the first thing that we do. We start to, once we make sure that their offer and the structure of the business is on point, we start to look at how are we going to start bringing in referrals. And we do that by tapping into your existing network. So there isn't a huge amount of legwork in terms of building an audience that you need to do, which is nice. We're just simply tapping into your existing network. Now, I know that that can bring up a level of vulnerability for some people because it feels a little scary to be asking people we know to refer us or to come to give us business or to send people to give us business. But I promise you that people feel really comfortable doing this, and that it actually, if you position it well and you position it in the right way, you can actually help them feel like a champion, like a hero, like they're doing something really incredible when they refer the right person to you and you help that person. They feel good because that connection was made because of them. That progress was made, because of them, because of the introduction that they made. So people can really get excited about referring you. So I want to just, if that's something that you feel a little apprehensive about, or maybe you're feeling a little bit vulnerable thinking about asking people for referrals, I just want to calm your fears and let you know that people really do enjoy referring people. So we want referrals as a foundational part of our business. And how are we going to go out and get them? So I like to use an approach that I teach a step-by-step method. It's a course I teach now called Referral Mastery. And in this method, we really get very clear on who we can start to address in your network. And most of the time, people really underestimate how many people they have to reach out to, that you actually have a larger network than you give yourself credit for. So there's a good chance that we could be reaching out to hundreds of people, but we don't start that way. We start in maybe like blocks of 10. So we can make a nice long list of 30 to 50 people, and then take it in chunks of 5 or 10 people that we are going to reach out to. And then we begin reaching out systematically. So what you could do today is start to think about what you would want to offer and begin to reach out to people to see if they know anyone who'd be interested in your offer. Now, what this requires is that you know what your offer is and who exactly it's for. So if you're early on in your business and you're not super clear on your niche, it's okay to be a little bit more broad. I really do think that niching down is something that comes with time, unless you know out the gate very specifically who you serve. It can come in time, and that's okay. So if it's just, women between the ages of 30 and 50, beautiful. If it is, anybody, say you're a life coach and or when I started out, I was a love coach. So anyone looking for their soulmate, men, women, did not matter how old they were, if they'd been married before, it was just very broad. That's perfectly fine as well. What we really want to focus on is not so much demographics, but more the result that they're going to get, the result that they're going to get. Okay, so anyone looking for these certain results. So we want to know what we're offering them. And my suggestion is generally to have that be a free offer. Okay. And the reason, now there are some exceptions where it's a paid offer that you're going to extend, but for the most part, free is going to be better. And that's, you're thinking like a free consultation or a free discovery call or strategy session, something like that. Doesn't have to be super long, doesn't have to be over giving, but something that is free, complimentary, that they can extend to somebody else. And then we're going to take that offer, we know who it's for, and then we're just going to draft up an email that helps to articulate these things. So, hey, I'm giving away these free sessions, these free consultations, or I have some openings for consultations in my practice. And these are really well designed for people who XYZ, enter your results for your people there. And if you know anyone, here's what they have to do. So the third thing that I would tell you is to be very simple with it. Make it easy for them to refer you. So click this link to book or forward this email. That's a very easy way to do it. And there are a few more tips that I would have for people that are working on this. If you want my full system, I actually have a whole step-by-step class and then the templates that you can work from. And so I'll drop a link for that in the chat box or the comment box below so that you can get access to that if you're interested in that course. But it really is as simple. This is how I started out before I had a system of as simple as saying, hey, here's my free offer. Do you know anyone who's looking for ABC? If so, send them my way by doing XYZ. Right. And it is as simple as that. Now, there's some other ways we can tweak it to make it really impactful. And sometimes you have to do a little bit of trial and error to see what lands with your community, but we can reach out to anyone in your network. So I typically recommend friends and family for sure, because they're going to want to champion for you. Definitely. Former colleagues, former clients, or current clients, to ask them, definitely be reaching out to any power partners. So people who serve a similar audience, but in a different capacity. So can they share that with their audience? So there are a number of different types of people in your network that you could be reaching out to. But start slow and just be methodical about it. So aim for maybe about 5 communications per week to reach out to. And you should be getting calls booked before you know it. So I hope this is helpful. Referrals are so, so important. And I want you to know too, regardless of your human design type, referrals work. So this system or this sort of approach works regardless of your human design type. So the way that you might position things specifically might be a little bit different based on your type. The manifestors, you have an easier time just saying outright, this is what I have going on. Who do you know? Generators, this is in response. So that communication might be tweaked a little bit to say, okay, so I've noticed a lot of people asking this question. And so for that reason, I have opened up some time on my calendar to talk to people about ABC, right? Projectors, this is about extending an invitation. Okay, so extending that invitation of saying, hey, I invite you to share this with anybody that you might know. Manifesting generators, same as the generators, but you get to be a little bit more direct as well. So once we're in response, so hey, a lot of people have been asking me about this, or I see this big need, and for that reason, here's what I have going on. So, and then reflectors, it's really, you get to be a little bit more fluid with it, but really reflecting back to people, like, here's the bigger need that I see in humanity. And so I'm aiming to help remedy that through these sessions or this offering, for example. So it can work for any type. As a projector, extending invitations, I just want you to hear, projectors, this works beautifully for you because they're already coming in, asking you and recognizing you for help. So I just wanted to give that special shout out to my fellow projectors, because I know it feels a little bit different when we're like, well, I need that invitation. So it's a really great thing to put in. I would argue that it's the most important foundational piece. And once you start having people sending referrals your way, you sort of train them so they continue to send referrals for the lifetime of your business, as long as you have them sort of trained well. Maybe that's not the right word, but you give them exactly what they need to make it very easy to refer you. And then always, my final tip is always follow up. So if someone refers someone to you, whether or not that turns into a new client, I always like to follow up with the person who referred and make them feel really good about it. Like, oh, it was an amazing conversation. That person is an incredible human. I'm so happy to know them. Thank you so much for the introduction. We're not going to be moving forward together, but I just really appreciate you sending him or her my way. If you know anyone else, right? And then you can even use it as like a little bit of a training opportunity. They weren't a right fit because of this, but if you know anyone else who has that, then please send them my way, and you'll get them sending more people your direction. And then if they do end up signing with you, again, with regard, we want to make sure that we're honoring any privacy. So you don't want to give away all the information that maybe would be overstepping, but just letting them know we are going to move forward and working together. And I'm really excited, and thank you so much. And then if you do any kind of referral bonus or kickback or gifts or anything like that, then you can share that. A handwritten note is a really cost-effective way to thank someone, and people do appreciate that as well. So it's an option. Don't feel like you need to give someone a referral bonus or cash or whatever, especially if you're starting out. You might need that margin. We might not have that margin built in to where you could spare that. But again, simple things go a really long way. So that's it. I just want to give you, there's so much I can teach you about referrals. Let's keep this conversation going. If you have specific questions, definitely drop them in the comments. I really love hearing your questions, and I love answering them. So we'll continue to talk about referrals and lead generation. We'll continue to look at it through the lens of your human design type, so we won't leave that out. But this is a pretty universal strategy. So if you're not currently tapping into your referral opportunities, I really encourage you to look at that. If you don't know where your next client is coming from, we definitely should be talking about referrals. So I'll drop the link to that course if you guys are interested in that. And stay tuned. Next week, we'll have some more business strategy. We're going to focus on strategy a little bit more for the next couple of weeks. So I'll see you back here, same time, same place next week. I hope you all have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.